Good morning. Welcome to another morning broadcast. If you're returning and visiting us again, I just want to say I appreciate you all for showing up morning after morning. If this is your first time, we meet 9 a.m. Eastern every weekday, and we discuss our game plan for the day. I may have taken some trades because I trade pre-market, but this session is intermediate. It's a session between the pre-market and the open. So this 30 minutes that we're together, we discuss big picture, what's going on with the indices, if there's any macro fundamentals, macro headlines, and then we look at individual stocks. So if you enjoy this stream, please smash the like button to help out. My mission for this year and for this channel is to bring the professional knowledge to the retail trader. That's why I bring on professionals on the podcast. And then secondly, I want to do these game plans to help those that are coming from Forex and futures over to stocks, wrap their mind around how to do so, how we are approaching the market every day and finding the best stocks the best stocks to trade. Okay. All right. So smash that like button and share with others. So we're going to start with the big picture. Interesting news today. If you saw the indices, we had a CPI. CPI was actually expected to tick down, but it ran hotter than expected. So we see this move down on the indices. So we see the spike down, and we'll see some of the larger cap stocks following that news. So these are the times when indices they come in play for me because although if there aren't any headlines, sometimes we may be stuck within a range, right? So if we look at Monday's price action, Tuesday's price action, these both of these actually they were just within this range, and we were just sort of watching to see what would happen. Low volatility yesterday. Powell he testified, and we had some consolidation, and then the price dropped, pulled back, stayed within this range, and then we had the major drop because of CPI. Powell testifies again today. So we'll see if this is going to be a continuation move or reversion. But this is what we want to see. We want headlines. We want news. We want volatility. We want large moves because either those moves will be reflected in a reversion play or a continuation to the downside. So that's what we want to see. We want to see large volume. So we'll see what happens at the open. Now, if you trade small cap stocks, as I mentioned yesterday, a lot of those stocks are insulated from some interest rates, inflation headlines. So while Powell was speaking yesterday, we marched on. Like during his testimony, we marched on. When I traded indices, I wouldn't touch the indices while Powell was speaking. But we trade certain stocks that are insulated. They have their own catalysts. They have their own elevated volume or indicators of elevated volume. Then you can continue to trade because there's no correlation between the two, or little correlation. Let me not say no correlation, but little correlation. So therefore, let's keep that in mind. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. The market may open. If we look at the market, may open with market internals at negatives, right? So if we're going long, we want to see or be aware of what's happening with the overall market. If we're going short, this may give us conviction, right? This may give us further conviction. So we'll see like a lot of the tech names yesterday, the quantum names, they just unraveled yesterday. RGTI, the IONQs, those quantum names that we have been going long with, they were unraveling, and they may continue to. The energy names, OKLO and SMR, some of those, they unraveled, and then we're seeing them take a dive today, right? So whatever side you're on, whatever type or style you trade, you want to be aware of the macro, and it will either give you pause or more conviction, greater conviction. All right. So let's discuss. Let's quickly go to SMCI. All right. SMCI had it was rallying, and we had started trading it. It was on our game plan since last week, but we started to get aggressive with it Monday, Tuesday. We were going long with it yesterday. Then it started to fade, yesterday. So we took some longs here, then it started to fade. Became a good move for the shorts, for those that are shorting. And then yesterday, post market earnings came out. We had a big drop here and a recovery post market. Then it went back to support levels and it was rallying this morning, right? So SMCI still in the game plan. Sometimes with the earnings, you have algos that will read the report and they'll fire off, and then you may have a correction. So that's actually a good sign for me. That firing off of the shorts to the downside, and then the recovery, right? Then it pre-market we went long, and then it pulled back. So let's see if we get some more longs today. All right. Another one that was special yesterday, AIFF. So we talked about it in the game plan, and I think when we talked, it was struggling. So it had popped, pulled back, and then reclaimed VWAP for some longs, then pulled back while we were on the call. And what we were looking at was we wanted to see if it was gonna bounce from VWAP and break this high, and that's exactly what it did. So we took longs at the open, and we took some more longs as it broke through this level. It pulled back a little bit later on, and then it continued. I actually had a medical appointment like right at 10, so I had to 10 Eastern. No, I'm sorry, 9. I'm sorry, 10 my time, so 11 my time. So yeah, after it broke out, I had to run away real quick. The office is real close to my house, and then I had to come back. So it was about 45 minutes. So then it started to rise. So I missed some of this, but this one, I think the shorts got caught off guard, and it rallied. This one went about 266%, right? So 260%. So I missed a lot of that move. I wish I was there, but I wasn't. So then yesterday's high was created here. This became a resistance level, a clear resistance level. Pre-market traded above that level, created a new high, and then now it's pulled back. So this may continue, or it may fade. We'll see what's going to happen. Okay, yeah, it went crazy. Yeah, Zeke. I'm glad a lot of you all called it. It was good. So CJ, good morning. This is becoming my new favorite morning show. Let's do it. Let's get it. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much for the support and the love. Let's get it together. Let's make 2025 the best year for all of us. Let's get it together. All right. I'm just hitting my game plan over here. All right. So the scan was light. I know you all probably see XLO at the top. High volume in the pre-market. A lot of times, like through back testing, I've seen that, we have like 5 years of data. And we've seen these that have, 30 million, 40 million in volume. Sometimes they'll spike and then they'll become faders. So I didn't cover it. I know you see it on the scan. I didn't cover it just because I want to see what happens here. Like it started to range. If we break, this level about 145, then we may go long, right? So I just want to mention that. And I know you probably see KDLY up there as well. This one, catalyst isn't too strong. The float turnover is decent. Price action looks okay. So I'm setting alarms on these, but they aren't top of list. So SMCI, that's one. One other that it's CVS here. So I'm really talking about the best names, right? So CVS is one. Earnings, you all know, as I mentioned, I love the earnings. Those earnings beat plays. Those out the gate, a lot of times will give, especially if we get a dip, they'll give us and it recovers. We get a nice long there, or sometimes a breakout of a range. So CVS is one. UPST is another one here. It did start to dip. So yesterday, post-market earnings came out, and we had lateral movement, and it started to dip. So let's see if it does recover. it's good. We'll have some levels to structure a trade around. Okay. Danush, DOMH. Yeah, that one was. I hate I missed it. I have to get better. This is I haven't. I'm just starting these morning shows, so when I was joining yesterday, DOMH popped up on the scan. I really didn't have a lot of time to take a look at the catalyst. So I was just transitioning over to the morning show, but some of you all caught it, which was good. So it gave a quick Donald Trump Jr. And one of the other Trumps, I forgot his name. I think Eric Trump. They joined the advisory board. Any news like that is going to cause a pop, and we have some momentum for a setup. And then it wasn't like a long-term catalyst or catalyst that would generate continued selling buying. So that was just a quick momentum play that played out yesterday. So for these, it's going back to pre-headline levels. Generally, I'll set alarms here. Just hit my alarm shortcut so that I can become aware or alerted, notified if it passes certain levels, but it's not top of mind. So, all right, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. BBAI, this one went long, but this morning started to short. So yesterday, man, it was a beautiful play when we were on our live trading session call, and I missed it because I was trading SMCI. So I traded AIFF first at the open, SMCI, and then we had this one up, and I was looking at SMCI entering SMCI, so I didn't catch this. Just a beautiful break here of the range, retest, and then it climbed. Then it ended up fading throughout the day, and now it's fading more. So I had this last night when I was doing my game plan, in my night scan. I was looking at this being a potential, even this morning, but after the CPI release, it dipped. So we're going to have a lot of, it appears we'll have a lot of opportunity to the short side as well because of that CPI release. So just know what your style is and what you're looking for. If you look at the names that are taking a dive, you have like some of the the big boys like here. So the Nvidias of the world, you see them shorting. They're gonna be leading the Qs, right? And SPY. So we may have a spike down on the index, but if you want to take advantage of continuations or reversions that may have a greater range, then looking at an individual stock would likely be a better option because a lot of the range for the individual stocks are muted or diluted within the index because once that move happens, all the stocks have to continue, right? But all of them may not. So you may have individual stocks like Nvidia, which you see the move already continued, right? So you saw the short pull back, and then it broke this level. That's a short that didn't happen with the index. Okay, so that's one of the benefits of trading individual names. All right, so talk to me. What are you looking at? Smash the like button if you're enjoying the stream. Let me know what you're looking at. SOPA, Peace, Abdullah, and Money Makers. Let's go. That's right. Yeah. So SOPA. Hold on, let me see. I was looking at SOPA, and why didn't I? I think it was the light volume today. Today it is, let's see, it gapped down. So it's down on the day, but it's okay. It rallied yesterday, and I think it was just the volume. So let's take a look at how volume, I think when I was looking at it, we were down, let me see, around here. I saw a gap down during my night, when I was looking at it at night. And then this morning, I just saw it wasn't really, the pre-market volume wasn't really high, but it can change, as we know, right? It can change. So let's set some alarms here, and let's look and see if the volume changes right now or later. So that's how I would approach SOPA. All right, AKFX. Yes, I am scalping. Scalping. Yep. Mainly. Some of those turn into move to move trades where I'm holding longer, and I'll do swing trades for really good ideas, like really strong ideas. I'll swing those. Okay. All right. Talk to me. What else? I know the scan looks a little light, but it's okay. As the day goes on, we'll see some. As Mike Bellafury says, just watch, and then bam, you'll see an idea. Plays will emerge. So we have some good names on the list right now. We'll focus on those. All we need is a few good trades. That's it. We don't have to try to catch everything. We won't catch everything, but as long as we can, if something's getting away from you, it's best to wait and try to get a good entry. If you don't get a good entry and you chase, then size down, just in case it comes back against you, so you won't get chopped out too soon. All right, Tesla. What scanner do you use, and how easy is it to use? So I use Trade Ideas. There is a cost, but I'm paying for convenience, and it's absolutely easy to use. It's wonderful compared to others that I've used. All right, Tesla. So Tesla, it's bearish, but it's oversold. So at this point, I'd be looking. I'm not trying to anticipate it before it happens. So as long as it continues to short, but I'm looking for the right side of the V right about now. Extremely oversold here. So it appears that it's creating opportunity for a long. Okay. I didn't talk about PLTR because I mentioned that I'm going to prioritize lower price stocks on our stream. The PLTR is still in play. Okay. SPGC. Let me look at the volume here. SPGC. Yeah, I was looking at this one, but I mean, the volume, float turnover looks good. It ran up and then faded. Best thing I think we could do at this point is set alarms on that one. No, it's just 1 million share repurchase authorization. Let me look and see what other headlines. Do they have any other headlines? Or, a lot of these companies, they can use headlines. There's like Discord rooms, there's pump and dumps. So like overall, these companies are not strong companies. So we take advantage of the move to the upside, but a lot of them will fade. So on that one, it pushed to pre-market levels, pushed up, and then it's all the way back down to pre-market levels. So see what happens out of this range. Okay. All right. Let's see. Bitcoin will touch into 91K. What do you think about this statement? Let's look at Bitcoin. I love when this happens. The CPI, these prints. Whenever we have that large move, it presents opportunities. Those headlines. I'm not sure, man. I don't follow the macro fundamentals for Bitcoin. I just look for intraday headlines, and then if Bitcoin is moving, and I see like the price action, like the headline from today, that one caused. It may be the catalyst to push Bitcoin further, right? From the CPI news. Right. So if that is the case, then it may actually go down to 91K. 87 with the catalyst, right? So these catalysts can help push price. Nick, I mainly scalp. I take intraday swings as well if momentum is behind the move. Or if I have sometimes I do research if there's a strong catalyst, like there are certain themes or sectors that the catalyst or headline or news around it, it may be one that would give the stock legs, multi-day legs or multiple weeks. In those cases, which are still rare for me, I'll take a swing on those. But primarily scalping in intraday, primarily. Would you mind taking a look at US 30? All right, so US 30, same analysis is CPI came out. What I do here is at the open, Powell is going to be speaking. So 30 minutes after the open, Powell is going to be speaking. You may see some ranging happening, but I'll look for reversion, pay close attention to potential reversion play or a drop. So the CPI, that news may cause like a shock, a knee-jerk reaction in the market. So it runs really hot. So CPI ran really hot. It was hotter than expected. So that may cause us to reach levels like 439 here. So look for either or. Wait for price action and volume, and pay close attention to it, because when CPI runs hot, CPI moves the market. It can move the market. Okay. MB Trader. Yeah, it's not I wouldn't say it's a collapse. Not yet. We may see, if we could see multiple levels broken. So just be ready when CPI reports in that way. We could have multiple levels broken. All right, and then gold. I know gold was reaching all-time highs. Gold on the flip side will benefit from the CPI news. So we'll see indices moving down and then gold rallying. That's how I'm seeing it. All right. DGHI. I was looking at DGHI and let's see. If there's a stock you want me to look at, talk to me about, catalysts, what you're seeing at times as well. That will help me, my commentary. If it's not something that I'm looking at, then I can comment specifically on what you're looking at. I don't really see anything of interest right now on DGHI. DOMH. Yeah, I talked about it earlier. So I set alarms to see if it recovers these like 730, 750 levels. All right, what size of volume do you consider before taking a trade? It's relative, actually. It's relative to the amount of shares that are traded. But generally, if there's like more than 1 million in volume, then we could be in play. But it depends on the size of the float shares. Like if there's 5 million traded and the float is 500K, that's good. It means it's a lot. It's a low float. It's a lot of volume, like 10 times the volume, more than 10 times. Okay. All right. Let's jump off. I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks for joining the stream. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks a lot. All right. Bye-bye.